Yo! Was Minecraft ever more fun to you as a kid? Do you think back and remember a time when playing the game was just a bit more exciting, a bit more fun? I'm not sure how it was for you, but I do. My fondest Minecraft memories came from my early childhood, 2012 version 1.4.2. I so distinctly remember the basic treehouse that I built, the snow falling gently as I peered into the render distance fog. Somehow, back then, everything felt bigger. Even though, of course, the game had far less content in it then than it does now. So why did it feel more fun? No, it's not just nostalgia, but I'll get to that, you unbelievably annoying fuck. Why am I left chasing the dragon now, all these years later? What's up, sleepy fellas? It's me, your boy, Hecklin again. And today I'll be discussing the unfortunately broken storytelling method of Minecraft. The vanilla survival experience, alright? Yeah, you can mod, play creative, blah blah, yada yada, shush. Everyone knows Minecraft, right? I mean, it's literally the world's most downloaded game of all time. And why wouldn't it be? Minecraft's style has always been to flip the experience onto you, the player. You do what you want. At its core, it's a sandbox game. What that means is you are plopped into a figurative sandbox and you play in that box however you want, using the things that are in that box. Everything from the sand to the toys are yours to do whatever you please with. It makes sense that a game that primarily puts you and what you do first would become the world's most popular game. Why are universes like Harry Potter or Star Wars so fun to explore? It's the same reason as to why Minecraft is fun. Because you can imagine yourself in them, living the world, being anything, becoming anyone. As it is right now, and as it should remain, Minecraft's story is your story. What you do in the world, with friends, without, the adventures you go on. It's all part of your story. The Minecraft story. Minecraft story mode? Some YouTubers or humans may try to pry into and analyze the textures and the patterns and the mob behavior to try and grub some game lore out of it. But the truth is, none of them will ever really find the lore behind Minecraft. Cause, well, obviously, it doesn't exist in that way. Yes, parts of Minecraft are meant to point to something, like certain mobs being carved into chiseled stones or villagers recreating important milestone structures in wool. But how these dots connect is completely up to you, and it's not just up to you to form an opinion on that lasts forever, but something for you to decide upon anew and explore again and again, world per world. Every time you enter the sandbox, you can rearrange the toys in a new order, mold the sand into new shapes. Villains can be heroes, heroes can be villains, everything can be as tragic or as goofy as you imagine it to be. And that's why I had more fun with the game in 2012 than I do now. I believed in the world and in my stories and in my adventures far more. Sure, you could clap the video shut right now and say nostalgia, but I think it goes far deeper than that. Are you perhaps familiar with the term the suspension of disbelief? You may have stumbled across this term if you're into analyzing storytelling principles, or if you've looked into how to tell or build a story. Simply, it means being able to pretend that the story you are experiencing is real. It's the trait that stories have that make you forget that you're holding a book, or sitting in front of a TV, or holding a controller. Perhaps it's easier to understand if you pair it up with its sister term, immersion. They are two sides of the same coin. You want to be immersed because you don't want your suspension of disbelief to be broken. You'll often hear people talking about certain scenes in movies or TV shows ruining their immersion. But I think saying that these moments break people's suspension of disbelief paints a far more in-depth picture that we can look at to determine why. Why does a story stop being real? When does it stop being about people and start being about characters? How come you no longer see events unfold, but rather see actors reading a script or code running a game? These breaking points can occur commonly, for instance, when an author blatantly forces their characters to say or do something that reflects the author's view rather than the characters. This specific type of breaking is called seeing the hand of the author. But enough technical terms, this is not a lecture about storytelling. My point is, when you is stupid dumb kid, it easy ignore all the things that break your suspension of disbelief. In 2012, I didn't know that beyond the fog there was only going to be the same biomes on repeat. I didn't know that beyond the fog I'd just see the same structures, the same loot tables, the same mobs. I wouldn't have known that things like the glow squid were just added because someone forced the hand of the author. No, I didn't know anything at all, and because I didn't, the world beyond the fog could always be the most magical and amazing world to me, filled literally with anything I could imagine. The stories that I could come up with when I knew nothing in Minecraft, the stories that I told myself in 2012, were just more exciting, more believable. This is what people really mean when they say ignorance is bliss. I didn't know Herobrine wasn't real. I didn't know how smart the mobs were, or how their behavior would always remain constant no matter where or when they were. I didn't know that the world would never change unless I changed it. Except Enderman griefing, why is that still a thing? I didn't know any of those things. That's what made it beautiful. That's what made it fun. That's why Minecraft is my favorite game. My favorite game that I cannot play for longer than 2 weeks. I mean, I tried. I watched those videos, those how to start your forever Minecraft world or how to keep playing beyond the 2-week Minecraft phase and so on tutorials. But despite their admittedly helpful tips, I still couldn't recapture that feeling of storytelling I had as a kid. Not because I'm not a kid anymore, but because modern Minecraft does have a fundamental storytelling issue. One that I don't think even the kids can ignore nowadays. I had some fucking soup. If you're still watching at this point, subscribe, you motherfucker. I assume it's because you felt the same way, right? The new updates come out, you hop online, start a new server with your friends, and boom! 2 weeks later, no one's playing anymore. That's the 2-week Minecraft phase. But why does this phase exist? Personally, I think it boils down to 2 problems. Well, technically there are 85, but let's just focus on 2. The multiplayer problem and the single player problem. The multiplayer problem stems from the single player problem. The answer to the question is in the question itself. New update comes out, you hop online. People start playing again just to experience the new stuff that's come out. That's the problem. You can't blame anyone for it really, especially when you consider all the hype that usually surrounds a new update. Trailers, deep dives, YouTubers playing on snapshots for months beforehand, and so on. By the time the new update rolls out, all the schmucks who've been waiting for it, like me, hyper-focus on getting to the new stuff as soon as possible. Whatever new thing was added, be it new wood types, biomes, mobs, whatever, we exhaust it immediately. And then what? Once the toy isn't new anymore, it just returns to being the same old Minecraft. You goof around with friends a bit, beat the Ender Dragon, fly around with an Elytra, but little by little you realize that the end still hasn't been fucking updated. Little by little, one person stops playing as much, then the next, and so on, and Minecraft lies dormant until the next major content drop. New updates are finite, and with more people you have more fun and exhaust it faster. This is the multiplayer issue. Only playing when the new updates come out means that experiencing those new updates becomes the sole goal that's set. What is there to do once you have accomplished that goal? Not much. Naturally, people default back to the secondary goal that the game offers, which in Minecraft there really is only one definitive of. Reach the end and end the game. And therein lies the single player problem. The lack of an end update! The end update! The end! I'm just joking. The issue is not that there needs to be another end, or more bosses, or more ends beyond the end, or anything like that. That's not what I mean. Minecraft doesn't and shouldn't be the one to provide you with goals after all. That would defeat the whole point of a sandbox game. Imagine if I put you in Minecraft and I said, okay, there are 50 Goobles to collect and 3 Heavenly Saints to defeat and 12 dongle locations. You wouldn't care much about what you can do with the sand or the tools you have. You'd instinctively be focused on trying to find those 50 Goobles, defeat those 3 Heavenly Saints, and explore all 12 dongles. And then you'd stop playing. No, Minecraft doesn't need these things. The story comes from you. That's its greatest strength. When I say therein lies the single player problem, I mean that the way these updates are structured, not only do they encourage you to experience them, and only them, but they also, for the most part, always focus on an additive effect, adding new things. And ultimately, this update philosophy is what ends up breaking my suspension of disbelief. It's one of those problems that even if you try to circumvent it, you can't really escape it. Well, why can't I escape it? Well, picture it. You generate a new world to play in. You may even make it your goal to have this be your permanent world. This will be your cozy haven, your feel-good place that you always return to. But then, oop, what's this? A new update. Oh my god, that's so cool. I want to experience it right away. So what happens? You go out and seek out chunks where the new update is available, play it, and return to your original base. The first time, that's not an issue, but the second time, you have to travel a little further. And then what about the third time? The fourth? How many updates will it take before you look back at your original home and are disappointed that the world around it doesn't keep up? Minecraft updates are additive. They are built to be experienced as an addition to the game, not an overhaul. And when it is an overhaul, like with the Caves and Cliffs update, you basically have to start an entirely new world just to experience it. And of course you want to experience the cool new update. It's cool and new! To me, that has a very suspension-breaking, discouraging effect. Minecraft wants you to build a cool base, but if you play the game like it's intended, you push the cool stuff out further with each update. And because of that, eventually your cool base will look like it's been built in an outdated world, with the only way around that being updating the land around you yourself, bringing the new stuff to you, which just delays the issue because inevitably even the new updated chunks will become outdated and you'll be forced to travel beyond them to get to the newer new stuff. The game encourages base building, but then the longer you play the game, the less interesting the world around your base is. And for that reason, my Minecraft world right now is super contained. I barely traveled, I crafted and mined only at the spawn chunks because I'm afraid of missing out on the cool new future stuff if I load in too much of the world around me. And that breaks my suspension of disbelief like crazy. It stops being a carefree adventure and starts being a mental map of how far do I go to get what I want without it being so far that I have to travel more and more unreasonable amounts to get to the new stuff next time. I don't know about you, but at that point I'm seeing my own hand of the author. I'm no longer someone living or experiencing the story, but a being that has to force it into existence. It's harder for me to build a story knowing that if I want to experience more, I have to do less, move less, or at least with a caution and care as to not leave any structures and places I may need to reset in the future. This is the unignorable fundamental problem I mentioned earlier. It's almost like Minecraft worlds were designed with a best buy date before they're decayed into irrelevancy. Now take multiplayer and you got the same issue times however many players you have, because inevitably everyone's gonna run off in their own direction to explore on their own, which means more chunks loaded into the update that you are on right now, and less chunks for the new updates. This additive update structure encourages exploring the new stuff, but then punishes you by locking those chunks to that version. It's immersion breaking, and frankly, it's the reason why it's always easier to start a new world for a new update. Only that way may you experience everything in full in one world. Granted, to an extent, I don't really know how you'd fix this. Chunks have to lock because you can't really have new forest types or trees or structures just spawn over where a player might have built their base. I'm not trying to blame Mojang at all here. It is a problem that is hard to circumvent, and adding new shit is cool. However, I will say that having consistently additive updates does exasperate the issue. New mobs, biomes, structures that all need to be loaded in further and further away with each passing update. And this issue wouldn't be nearly as bad if you could just replay structures sometimes. But hell, even when Mojang adds a replayable structure like the trial chambers, they make them non-replayable for single player. And why? Because some people would make farms with them? Is that a good enough reason to clutter someone's world with places that will just be used once and then never visited again? Personally, rather than additive updates, I want more updates for immersion. I want weather, I want seasons. Look at this shitty transition between rain and snow. Leaf litter is cute, but now it's fucking everywhere and never disappears. And don't even get me started on the mob animations. Instead of adding a shiny new bungle, updates should help the world breathe, help the world change itself. That would help facilitate story. That would help worlds survive the 2-week Minecraft phase. Have Rithers? the fuck? Have rivers freeze and thaw, animals leave and return, expand their behavior, craft more things from what's already there rather than adding something new to collect. You know, even in real life, deserts, tundras, jungles, they all still experience all 4 seasons. So why can't they in Minecraft? Have leaf litter break and grass grow. Have the grass wilt or break like leaf litter does. Heck, it doesn't need to be completely realistic. Maybe there is a way to lock blocks placed by players while natural blocks change. I don't know. I'm no programmer and this isn't a magic solution, but boy, would I love to have more updates that won't have me considering whether or not I need to reset chunks. I want to log into a new update and see more life in the world that I'm already in, rather than feeling like I need to seek it out just to disregard the moment I'm done. Updates that draw me more into the story that I'm creating, with or without friends, rather than being treated as the fix needed for the dopamine junkie community. Which leads me to the next point. The community breaks the story of Minecraft. Whoa, don't lynch me yet. Hear me out for just 1 second. I don't mean you or anyone specific, and I definitely don't believe that any type of content created about Minecraft can really break your own experience with it. That was just some clever clickbait to keep you engaged. It really has nothing to do with any one person or group. No, my suspension of disbelief is specifically broken by the complete overexposure of Minecraft content from the community. Now this is technically an entirely avoidable issue. It exists not because of one group of people, or Mojang, or any malice whatsoever. It is simply a byproduct of Minecraft's massive success. The game is so huge and so many people love it. So, of course, inevitably, you are going to have a large community surrounding Minecraft, which wants to explore and create content with Minecraft. I love Minecraft now and I loved Minecraft then. So why wouldn't I want to talk about it? And of course, with the available means, internet, Discord, YouTube, it's easier to partake in a community and be a part of community discussions. Now, you might be asking, Heckles, what exactly is the issue here then? Remember what I said about the fog and about not knowing what comes beyond it? Well, like it or not, nowadays it's more like you have a high-powered studio light shining directly into the fog 360 at all times. Every new update, snapshot, piece of news, whatever is immediately and inevitably scrutinized, analyzed, picked apart, stretched, pushed to the limit, and then talked about online. There's no more sense of mystery or adventure. There's no unknown for me anymore. The 2-week Minecraft phase is predicated on the fact that people want to explore everything that there is to explore in the new updates, which itself is rooted in the idea that we have already been told about everything that's coming in the new updates, how it works, where to get it, and what it affects about the game. Fun as it is in the moment, it is another thing that indirectly harms my suspension of disbelief, the ability for Minecraft to tell a story. Can you avoid it? Probably. But is it realistic to avoid it? No, not at all. This isn't an issue that I ever needed to face as a kid. I grew up in a completely different age, one where we still relied entirely on playground video game rumors. The internet has matured on from those days. Hell, kids born now are born into a world where ChatGPT will have always existed for them. How we perceive video games has completely changed, especially how we see the games outside of the games themselves. We interact in different ways on different platforms with far greater access to information than ever before in human history, which includes Minecraft and its community discussions. It's encouraged that you're a part of it. Mojang wants you to be a part of it. It's a double-edged sword. It's fun to be a part of, but it also makes it harder to maintain a suspension of disbelief for the game. How can I immerse myself when I'm excited to see what's coming up? Because I already know what's coming up. I know what changes were implemented where and when and how.
Oh, this glitch was patched. Let's go see that it's patched. Oh, they added this structure. I know where to find it. I'll go seek it out. They're teasing the end update. I won't go to the end until it's updated.
Okay, that last one might be me specific. I haven't and will not visit the end until the end update comes out. I said that to myself like 2 years ago when I thought the end update would be the next one, and the sunk cost fallacy has not let me go. I want to experience the full new end when it inevitably comes out. So I'm hand of the authoring my own experience because I want to try and preserve more of that quickly fleeting fog. I kind of just let the world amass around me. The fog isn't there anymore. I can see all there is, but I can choose not to go there until I forget what exactly was updated, until I one day rediscover it for myself. It might seem strange, but by limiting myself to my starting spawn chunks, by limiting myself from exploring too much, I preserve a tiny bit of that storytelling. I give myself reasons as to why I can't explore further, or reasons as to why I must keep building, or why I can't do certain things. Personally, I'm playing an evil wizard living in an evil wizard tower, and I do shit like not building a nether portal until I build a wing in the tower to hold it, for otherwise the dark energy spewing forth could infect other parts of my home, and so on. Maybe it's a bit cheesy and weird, but in a way it makes it more fun for me. This sort of roleplay has been my only solution to knowing everything that comes with an update. It doesn't work perfectly, of course, but it did stretch the usual 2-week Minecraft phase into like a half a year Minecraft phase for me. Yeah, I could just stop watching these update videos like I said and preserve the mystery that way. But, well, it is fun. I like it. I'm the junkie community. I need my fix. And because of that, it becomes kinda easy for me to be critical of Mojang. Where's the next update? I already ate it this one. I need another. The issue isn't that Mojang isn't updating fast enough or big enough, but that no amount of ad is ever going to bring that VOG back. And I think this is something we all passively feel. I mean, we've seen, as this update structure has continued over the years, how the community has turned on Mojang more and more. Because, ironically, these additive updates just can't add what's needed. They can't add back a feeling of adventure. So, of course, it's frustrating to see Mojang, instead of trying to recapture that feeling, just focusing on adding new stuff again. A lot of times, criticism raised against Mojang is entirely understandable. Yes. But just to play devil's advocate, it's easy to forget that none of us are paying a subscription to play Minecraft. We all bought it once and have gotten consistent free upgrades all this time. Mojang looks lazy and slow because just like how there's a spotlight on everything in Minecraft nowadays, there's a spotlight on Mojang. The slightest mistake in a snapshot, the slightest issue here and there will always, instantly be found and scrutinized. Of course, that doesn't mean that Mojang doesn't make any mistakes. And no, I don't just mean the horrendous legal stuff. I still have my gripes with how world generation has changed. Why is everything landlocked? Every ocean is now a lake. No! Give me continents. I said give me continents. Ugh. It would be so cool to have continents again, and then you can explore it all, and it would be naturally limited by the ocean, and then when a new update rolls around, you can go to the new continent and explore all of it and be naturally boxed in so you know exactly what you explored and what you didn't yet, and it would be so cool and neat. Like, why would you ever change it from, oh look, we have our own lands on a vast sea, to, oh look, puddles in my dirt pile. Anyways, basically a lot of complaints directed at Mojang aren't necessarily caused by Mojang not doing enough, but rather by Minecraft being seen too much. And that still doesn't mean they can't be criticized. It just means that it's not black and white, it's gray. The consistent free updates are great, but they do cause Minecraft to be shone through with a high beam. The freeform self-decided storytelling of Minecraft is great, but it clashes with the short-lived nature of the toys in the sandbox. And trying to add more toys to spice it up just draws all the attention to the new toys, making the old toys seem more boring in comparison. Sure, to an extent it'll always be that way, because you can't just never add new things to the game. But Mojang really isn't doing themselves any favors with how they add the things either. We have covered now that a lot of Minecraft updates are just additive instead of transformative, which is not great. Add something new to the game, boom, that's it, blech. That alone is not the issue though. The issue also comes from how and what Mojang is doing in these additive updates. They're mostly disjointed and self-contained. One new added thing that interacts with nothing around it, a new biome that's added, hastily shoved in between two other biomes, creating that ugly contrast between new and old. Just a painful reminder that basic immersion shit like tree shapes hasn't changed in the last 10 years. What's the point of those updates? Where's the glue holding it together with the rest of the experience? Everything is so separate from one another. What interactions do they form with the rest of the world? Heck, the rest of the updates. Rather than connecting to form a larger, more complete experience, they're just another element that takes me out of experiencing the world and reminds me I'm playing a game. Find trial chamber, play trial chamber, forget trial chamber. Find sniffer, hatch sniffer, forget sniffer. Find Pale Garden, play Pale Garden, forget Pale Garden. You've probably seen this meme format going around about how there should be more steps in the progression towards the end. It's not wrong. Something like this would be fun, forcing the player to explore everything naturally instead of just the new stuff and creating a sort of glue by linking all these elements to progression. But in my opinion, it would only really slap a band-aid on the 2-week Minecraft phase, because it just stretches out the one goal that's naturally there. Yes, Minecraft needs more horizontal connectivity, but forcing players to explore all these places isn't what will enhance Minecraft's story long term. No, what it needs is a deeper suspension of disbelief. If I don't even think about the goal, but rather just enjoy the world that I am in without needing someone to twist my arm to do it, then I'll naturally just be spending more time in the world. Imagine structure variations, not new structures, but a set of them that had an equal chance to spawn. Jungle temples that aren't repetitive, desert temples that aren't all pyramids, variations in traps, locations, above ground, underground, with ambience to boot, peeking around a dark corner and hearing the chittering of a creature not yet seen, that you might never see. What could await you next? I want to have that feeling. You know those dungeon creation videos where they make those different segments that all smoosh together to be different each time? Mojang did it with the Tricky Trials update, and that's awesome. Now take that, double it, and give it to the next structure. Don't just vary the insides, vary everything about it. Add dilapidated versions to everything, like the abandoned village. Have abandoned everything. Have ruins of everything. Let the player explore stories in the environment. Give me less important versions of each temple, each structure. How am I supposed to be excited or feel the majesty of an ocean monument when I pass 3 on the way back home? Make a crappy ocean cave or an ocean shrine or something like that. You can have the best of both worlds. You can have that contrast between small, crappy version and big, impressive version without compromising on rarity, because the small ones can spawn more frequently and the big ones less, while still both providing the same materials, the same resources a player would want. An update like this wouldn't add anything new at all, but it would add so much atmosphere and depth. What happened here? What will I find next? Add meaning to what we already have. Make small villages, large villages, villages with a wall, coastal villages. It needn't be complex or huge, but it would be fun to see structures like this appear not just because it coincidentally lined up, but because it was really meant to be there. Think about how much immersion you could achieve with just a little bit more variance. Different grass textures per biome or region, or heck, even within different biomes and regions. Variations in weather texture, variations in tree shapes. All this energy wasted on creating something new that will run out quickly when the old is right there, brimming with potential. Mojang themselves know this is a good idea. Look at the new skins and textures for the animals alone. Yes, they still all behave in the same boring ass way, but at least they look different. It does make the world more immersive. It makes me feel like this world is something that I'm a part of, instead of the world being something that's a part of me. A dead thing that won't move unless I poke it. The tiniest amount of variance goes a long way because it multiplies over and over. Look, imagine this. 3 types of cold cow skin texture, 3 types of snowy meadows that they can spawn in, and 3 types of snowy forests that the meadow can be in, with a chance for a hut with a shepherd to be nearby. You would have 3 times 3 times 3 times 2, 54 types of encounters you could have with a small herd of cows. 54 separate players could all have slightly different versions of an encounter with a herd of cows. Or rather, you could find 54 small cow pastures in your world and they could all be different. Now add things like size variance, other biomes, unique mob personalities. They all seem like small pointless additions by themselves, yet together they create a depth and a world that's far more unique than walking into the same biomes, meeting the same mobs in the same ways over and over and over. This might sound like a bold claim, but the vanilla survival experience should become as fun and immersive as an Animal Crossing title. Not just surviving, but living. The vanilla living experience. Chilling by the frozen lake with a fishing rod, catching uniquely textured fish while watching the shadows crawl longer as the sun sets over the icy horizon. Alright, I know I'm inserting a lot of my own views on what I like here, but hopefully this stimulates your imagination as to what Minecraft could look like if it focused less on adding marketable new stuff that doesn't connect to anything, versus updates that all hone in on immersion. Which actually leads me to my last point, but first, let's do a quick recap. Minecraft is a sandbox game that wants you to build your own story with within it. My criticism? I want them to do that through more immersion updates, but Minecraft, whether because of Microsoft or not, likes to add disjointed one-off concepts. But hold up, wait a minute. You didn't think I called them disjointed just because they are mostly additive one-offs, right? Because the fucking Sniffer, Trial Chamber, Pale Gardens are just there to be experienced and looted, right? No. They are also disjointed because at its core, Minecraft feels like an insecure game. It doesn't really know what kind of sandbox it wants to be. Does it want to be an exploration geared game that encourages you to seek out new places? Does it want to be a technically geared game that lets you build machines and automate processes? Does it want to be a building geared game that adds more palettes and techniques for you to implement in your builds? Well, obviously the answer is it wants to be all of these things, and it shows. Jack of all trades, master of none. Every update feels like it's trying to pull in these three directions at the same time. Sometimes one side pulls harder, sometimes it's another. Either way, it feels split. No side of Minecraft is ever really getting the attention it deserves. The redstone updates feel disjointed. The last proper one came with a skulk sensor, and those were how many years ago now? The exploration updates are fun, like with the tricky trials, trial ruins, etc. But there isn't enough variance there for it to be interesting to see more than once or twice. The building aspect is arguably the strongest because it is and always will be passively updated as new blocks and variants are added for other things. Sure, their updates are exemptions that seem to satisfy each aspect in a meaningful way. Credit where credit is due. The Happy Ghast update, for instance, was a stroke of genius. It's such a nice quality of life update that enhances every aspect of the game. It's so good, it made me break my hiatus on Minecraft because I could finally build the undersides of my tower conveniently, and it fits so smoothly it doesn't really affect my immersion when compared to something like the Sniffer. Piece of crap Sniffer just sitting there full of potential doing jack all this time. Fuck you Sniffer, piece of shit, fucking bitch. It's definitely the exception though. Most of the time updates focus on adding not just something new, but something new for specific player types. Yes, Mojang tries to consider everyone at once, which is incredibly well intentioned, but also flawed in practice. Mojang is placing blocks that build out the game in different directions to give everyone something to do, but it ends up creating something that looks craggy, bumpy, and misshapen. Not one full experience, but more like many small ones that you hop between. No, Minecraft needs a smoothing out update, something that takes all the lumps and humps of recent year and melds them all together. Updates to make Minecraft more of a complete unified experience before more new stuff is added. The recent move to smaller drop-style updates is fine, fun, but I fear they are a pitfall for more disjointedness. Cool new toys drop more frequently, but potentially lacking the connective tissue to make it one being, rather than a pile of muscles, bone, and skin. This isn't something that's happened yet, really. Arguably, it happened more before the drop-style updates. It's just a worry of mine, I suppose. After all, Minecraft's story is your story. That is what I truly believe Minecraft to be. Beneath all the updates, beneath the redstone, beneath the exploration and the building. What holds the sand in the sandbox is you. Minecraft is fun because of you. You, your experience, your laughter, your excitement, your fear. Everything you have learned and forgotten and regretted. All the memories you have made with Minecraft are what make Minecraft Minecraft. And it is why Minecraft will stay my favorite game, even if I don't play it much. And it is why Minecraft deserves to be made as immersive as possible, for you. Well, that's my 2 cents. Don't hate me too much for it. You can disagree, and hey, if you do, don't be too mean. I'm very sensitive, okay? Go to hecklin.com, buy my shit. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took a while to make. This video is the first story analysis video, and going forward, I think that's how it's going to be split. Story analysis of stuff I like, and my own stories of stuff that's happened. This video might even be going up at the same time as a storytelling video, because delays. Anyways, it's late. Good night, everyone. I made too much fucking art. This video is 34 minutes long. I made 218 pieces of art. Has like 6 drawings per minute. What the hell is wrong with me?